What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. We are back again with another episode of Comic Books to Read this week. We're talking about the books that just came out August 4th and August 3rd, technically. And there's a lot to go over. I realized just counting before that I have 10 books that I read just within this past day and a half, and it's been really, really good. I think I loved every single one of them. So we will get into some of them. I will say this. If you're new, stick around. There's going to be guest appearances throughout this show. And this has been a lot of fun. These past couple of weeks, I've been trying this out, having some community members send me some video clips of what they think is their favorite book of the week or something that they've really enjoyed this week. So I definitely have some more guests that have contributed. So I'm really excited to kind of share some of those with you. Hey, shout out to the Tag Team Thursday crew. We're a little light on the team here this week, but of course we kicked it off with Rod, just a Rican, and his comics, and then followed by Tony, Old Wolf 65. Both you guys, awesome job. And I'm here to close it out. So we'll see how long this one goes, because I do have a couple guests, and I do have I have 10 books. I'm not going to go through all of them, or at least not in detail. Maybe I'll just name a couple as I go into it. But if you're watching this on the replay, thanks so much for taking that time. If you're here right now, thank you so much for taking that time. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. These have been starting to pick up between these and my Thursday morning shows. I appreciate everybody who's really just been giving the support, and on here, on YouTube, on Instagram. The community's awesome. And so just shout out to you, all of you. Thank you all so much for just being you and being part of this community. So I see we got some people in here right now. Before I get into the books, I just want to say a quick hello. Let's see who's hanging out with us here. We got my man Phil, Comics Talk Weekly, hanging out, shouting the word spoon. Yep, spoon. Thank you, Phil. Very deep words there. John's Comics with Kids, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. We got my man Eric Johnson in the house. What's going on, Eric? That is definitely not Batman. Case you guys were wondering, literally that's his name on Instagram. Definitely not Batman. Good to see you though, man. I appreciate you stopping in as well. Let's see. We got my man Paul in the house. What's going on, Paul? AKA PJ Morris over on Instagram. Got to hang out with him this past weekend over at Terrificon, and that was a lot of fun. Had a blast. So good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. We got my man John Stout also hanging out with us. What's going on, John Stout? We got my man Big Herm Station Herminio. What's going on, brother? Feel like I'm seeing you everywhere nowadays, man. YouTube, Instagram, YouTube. I'm loving it, man. I love the hustle. We got my man Scott. What's going on, Scott? Hello again. That's right. Scott was hanging out with us over on Old Wolf's channel and Rod's channel earlier. Appreciate that. We got my man Jeff from Chicago. What is going on, Jeff Schultz? Thanks for stopping in as well. We also got my brother Jason, aka Claiming Comics. He's a good dude, Jason. Appreciate you, brother, for everything that you're doing. Let's see. We got BLC. We got Big Lion Cat in the house. The cat is here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. That con is coming up in a couple of weeks, that local con over in Wayne. If you're around, man, let me know. I plan to go to it. Maybe we can meet up. Let's see. I think we're caught up on everybody at the moment. Sheena in the house station. Sheena, what's going on, Sheena? Good to see you. All right, so let's get into some of these books here, because like I said, I have 10 overall. People ask me each week, I buy these 3 physical books each week, and I talk about it. And for those who don't really know about it, basically I have cut down my pull list on what I'm buying physically, because I'm running out of room. So I'm trying to condense what I'm buying on a weekly basis. So I try to just buy 3 books every week. That doesn't mean I'm not buying stuff on the iPad here digitally. So I do buy a lot of books still digitally. It's really just me. I'm trying to conserve space for where I'm at right now. Eventually I'm gonna have to, look, you can see the books are stacking. I have a couple empty boxes I got to put them in, but they're really starting to grow. So I want to just go over some of the books that I've also bought digitally, because I know some people have asked me, like, if you buy 3, what are the ones that you're buying, or what are you reading right now, basically, that's digital. So I think one of the first books I'm going to kick this off with, man, there's so many good ones. So I'm going to kick this off with Lucky Devil issue number 1. This is a Cullen Bunn book, and I'll tell you, Cullen Bunn is just everywhere. He is somebody that is constantly, if you see a indie horror book and you look at it at a glance, you probably have a good good chance to guess that it is Cullen Bunn that is writing it. And so sure enough, he's writing this book, Lucky Devil. It's actually by Dark Horse Comics. So I don't buy much Dark Horse, but I certainly was going to check this out, as I've been become a big fan of like a lot of the horror type books. So yeah, it's about this guy Stanley, who essentially is not happy with his life. He has a kind of a mundane life. He has a girlfriend who is cheating on him. He knows that she's cheating on him. It reminds me of the movie Wanted. If you guys ever seen the movie Wanted before with Angelina Jolie, the main guy, the character in that, he's kind of like this loser, hates his job, hates his life kind of thing. And yet he can't, he doesn't stand up for himself. He doesn't have like the toughness to like put his foot down on what he believes in or what he wants to do. And he just lets people run over him. So this guy, Stanley, very similar to this. And that's him right there. It kind of starts off with him in therapy. But basically he gets possessed by a demon, and this demon just goes off. And he kind of likes it in a way. Like, this demon just goes and does things however this demon wants to. But unfortunately, it also includes like bad things too, like killing. But the part that he likes about it is that like the demon is tough. He doesn't take any BS. Doesn't let anybody walk on him or anything like that. So that aspect of it was kind of like empowering for him. So the only thing is, after a long period of time, like the demon would like go to sleep every night. It kind of, the way it tells this story is really good, because it's not like it draws it out like a long time span, but in a short period of time in the book, like how it tells it. So I really appreciate how they do it, and I think it's done really well. So basically, he just gets like he's tired of this demon controlling him by day, and basically the demon goes to sleep at night. So at night he just feels like crap, because he knows that he killed all these people and did all these crazy things. Like this was one scene that he just like left, and it's like just a bloody mess. So just to give you an idea, like, and he realizes that he does this stuff later. He has no control. So anyways, he goes and gets this this voodoo doctor to basically try to give him an exorcist, and the doctor kind of does it correctly, kind of doesn't. He gets the demon out of his body, but somehow he left the abilities or the powers in his body. He also left like the hunger in his body. So he has like these powers, but he's like, he has like these powers to like kill and do all these other things, but he doesn't know like exactly how he wants to go about it or what he's supposed to do. I really enjoyed it. I think that I don't know how many issues this is, but I think that I'm going to continue reading this. Again, Cullen Bunn, a lot of his stuff's just home runs. So really enjoyed it. So Phil said, I keep the voodoo doctor on retainer. Yeah. And the scene in this book where this voodoo doctor just kind of shows up, man, he's just like, let me do my thing, man. Very confident, very like, I know what I'm doing. And he does. He just like doesn't fully do what he was trying to do. But anyway, so that is my first book here. Getting back to the front here. Lucky Devil, issue number 1. Definitely recommended if you haven't read it yet. Let's see who in the chat here. We got my man Perry Comics. What's going on, Perry? Good to see you, brother. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go into one of the videos here, one of the guests. That I have here. So let me bring this up here. Who we got? Let's go with this one.
What's up, Justin, reader of comics? Happy Tag Team Thursday, everybody. My recommendation of the week is Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 15. We have Valance and Dengar still tag teams looking for Boba Fett, trying to chase Han Solo. Tonga and Losha are still trying to build a crew to follow them along. We're getting closer to finding out where Crimson Dawn is, and I have a feeling we're going to see Valance have a little bit of a romance by the end of all this. So let's check it out. Enjoy your comics. Stay safe.
All right. That was Nick, aka Nick the Comic Nerd. Thank you so much, Nick, for your input here, talking about War of the Bounty Hunters. I am not reading that currently. I did pick up issue number 1 when it first came out. A lot of the Star Wars stuff I was originally getting into, especially the stuff that takes place really early on. But I just got caught up in a lot of other things, and I feel like Star Wars, a lot of the stuff ties into itself, and I want to be able to just focus all on that in one read. And so I've really put it off to the side for a while. It's kind of in the middle of my read pile, but really interesting to hear that he's enjoying it. I'm glad that he's enjoying War of the Bounty Hunter. It looks awesome. The artwork looks awesome. I know a lot of Star Wars fans are really enjoying it. So again, that was Nick, the comic nerd. I put his information in the description below. Nick, thank you so much, man, for submitting that video. Really appreciate that. And yeah, if you guys are reading that, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section if it's something you think is well worth reading, or if you're enjoying it. So let's see. I'm going to go to the next book here. And so I think I just have to bring this up because this has just been, it's been wild. I was going to save it for last, but this is a book. This is one of my physical books that I bought. You know, I was telling you, I only buy 3. This was one of them. This is the lot, issue number 2. Marguerite Bennett is doing the writing. Artwork is Renato Guides, and it is just awesome. I am loving this book. And it's a Bad Idea book, or it's a book, you know, published by Bad Idea, the publishing company. I know not a lot of people are a fan per se of how they do certain things, but I saw the cover of issue 1. I read the synopsis. It sounded really cool. I bought it, read it that night when it first came out a month ago, and I loved it. So that's what really had me hooked to this. As I mentioned before, really getting into these horror type vibe books. So this was issue 2. It's only a 4-issue miniseries altogether. There are some really awesome panels in this, like really gorgeous, you know, just pages, just panels in general that I really enjoying. If you guys don't know about this, essentially, and by the way, it is very over the top, like very gory. This one is a little more deeper in just kind of explaining some of the background, but basically it's about this guy, Oliver Larson, this bald guy here, Oliver Larson, who is this world-renowned writer and film producer, director for all these like known scary books that have been for the past 50 years. Like the guy basically killed it. The thing is, it all has to do with this lot, the lot that they initially used to film all their footage. And rumors were that basically things that took place on this lot, because a lot of the films that he did were all like horror movies or thriller movies. And a lot of the things that he had done, like people were actually filmed in pain. And they actually like did things to their actors to actually draw out, you know, the real emotion of pain and things like that. And essentially they did some really sick things. And that's kind of all I'll leave it at, is that it's just sick things. Things that, you know, I mean, certainly you wouldn't hear about nowadays or get away with nowadays with the laws and everything. But like basically these it's the producer and his team. They all became very successful. And basically you find out that this lot has this type of demon that like lives within it. So basically 50 years later now, in the present day, there's a new team that's looking to film somewhere, and they open up this lot, and they are they're starting to film something, and some freaky things start to happen. You know, some gruesome stuff starts happening. So basically the main director, this new girl who is in charge of the new film, she, like in this book, she goes like hunting down this guy to find out the real story. So their team basically goes and finds the old team of directors and actors to go find out these details. And in this particular book, you start to find out just how far some of these people went to be successful, or to get what they love, or to get what they want in life, whether that be to give up something bloody or give up something that they love. And it's pretty nasty and jarring. Very, very, yeah, over the top. Really enjoying it though. It's all black and white, the cover, the interior work, which also just adds to the creepiness that I really enjoy. So if you guys are not reading the lot, I do recommend it. I know it's a Bad Idea book. It might be harder to get. But I mean, if you can get a trade, maybe. The thing I didn't like about it is that I can't get a digital copy. So I had to read this, you know, physically. All the Bad Idea books I had to read physically. So it kind of changes my, you know, like my flow of how I read things. But, you know, I'm biting the bullet because it's just a really good book. So again, this is only 4 issues total, but I'm really enjoying this so far. This is issue 2 of the lot. By Bad Idea. So that was my next book that I want to talk a little bit about. I saw we got Azor's Tiger in the house. What's going on, brother? We Live. Oh man, I love We Live. I know they're coming out with a new tie-in book, or essentially a book for a new comic book, free comic book day coming out on the 14th. So I'm looking forward to that. I wanted to go back to the chat here because I saw Jeffrey Comic Con. What's going on, Jeffrey? Good to see you, man. I also saw, let's see, Empire Comics. What's going on, brother? I saw Empire just got his second shot the other day. He was not feeling too good, but I'm hoping that you're feeling better now. But good to see you, brother. Love everything you're doing over on your channel. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Hey, we got back issues. Paulie in the house. What's going on? Paulie was able to hang out with Paulie this weekend as well over at Terrificon. A really good dude, man. Just a really good dude. Appreciate you, Paulie. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. All right, so let's go with another guest here. Let's see who I got here. I'm going with this. Oh wait, where's? Oh, hold on. Hang on. Did I not upload a certain clip? Hang tight. All right, there we go. So let's see. We got 13 people in here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Trying to load this one real quick. It's taking a little time. Let me set up this next one then while that's loading. Not sure why it's not going through. All right, I'm gonna go to the next book. I just read, and I'm not gonna get too much into this one, but this is Porcelain. Have you guys read Porcelain? This was definitely a creepy book. I know that the writer Maria Lovett, she has written stuff for the that other book, Eros. I can't remember the name of it. Something Eros/Eros. I forget the name. I couldn't get into that book. I wanted to check this out though because I do really like the artwork. And this was just a really. Did you see that? That wasn't me, by the way. I don't know how that just flipped. Ghost man. Porcelain was a really fast read. A lot of it was more about the artwork, so I appreciated that. I appreciate that a comic can take the time to just tell a story based on showing panel to panel and not so much getting too wordy. So they do a lot of that here. It was definitely a fast read, though. I feel like maybe issue 2 could have maybe been combined. I feel like it was a little short. But yeah, basically about this girl who lives out in the desert and stumbles across this like abandoned house that turns out to be this like porcelain doll house. And there's someone creepy inside who basically like looks at her and is like, oh, you'd be perfect as a porcelain doll. And she's like, what's that? Like, and all this stuff happens. And next thing you know, boom. So, I would say to check it out. I think it's worth checking out. But that is Porcelain, issue number 1 by Maria Lovett. Let's see. Oh, and that's a Blaze, by the way, a Blaze. All right. This next one loaded up here. So let me play this next one. I saw we had my man C-List in the house. What's going on? Eman. And speaking of, here we go.
Hey, thanks a lot, Justin. What's going on, everyone? It's Eman here from the C-List Villains podcast, and I'm here to talk to you about my #1 pick for New Comic Book Day, August 4th, 2021. What if your family was disgraced because they weren't following a tyrant? What if this tyrant turns around and does something to your family, and what if the only thing that you want is revenge on what this tyrant has done? You embark on a journey to kill the tyrant only to end up befriending this tyrant. The book I'm talking about is 7 to Eternity number 17, written by Rick Remender, drawn by Jerome Opeña. This book has been in the making since November of 2016, and it's finally coming to a conclusion here in issue number 17. What's going to happen to Adam Osiris? What's going to happen to the Mud King? We're going to find out here in the epic conclusion to 7 to Eternity number 17, out on August 4th. Back to you, Justin.
Wow. I have not read that book, 7 to Eternity, but that sounds awesome. And I had no idea that was ending. I feel like that's been going for a long time now. I guess, I like that they end, fairly short. So this is the roundabout issue to finish this off. Eman, dude, thank you so much for sending me that clip. He actually sent me that before he even went on his vacation. I know that he was on a nice long vacation with the family. And so that was really cool. I appreciate it, man. He also had the nice fancy work, the intro and all that stuff. So Eman, appreciate you making all those edits for your video, man. I guess I'll have to wait for trade and just start, reading. I mean, I'm sure the first couple trades are already out, but maybe I dabble in that because it definitely sounds interesting. So I'll give it a go. So thank you again. If you guys don't follow Eman, I put his information in the description below as well, both his Instagram and YouTube channel. let's see. Let me jump back through here. The chat just jumped. Reichart Comics in the house. What's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Hey, we got Paige in the house. Sade, what page is it? Over on Instagram. Sade, thank you so much for swinging by here. We also have Unoriginal 00s. Greetings. Hello. If you guys are new, make sure you sub up. I really appreciate that. Smash that like button as well as we continue to show some more and talk about some more new books here. We got Bricks in the house. What is going on, Bricks? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Actually, absolutely, Eman. And there he is there, folks. If you are not following this man, make sure you do so. I put his information in the description below. Unoriginal is Password. That's Password. I think Brian, right? Sorry, on my username is Password. Yeah. If it's Password, I'm thinking of, hey, what's going on, Rod? Good to see you, brother. He was the one that just kicked off Tag Team Thursday over on his channel. Make sure you're followed up, subbed up to Rod. I put Rod's information in the description below as well. All right, next book I want to talk about. Let's switch it up a little bit and go about talking some DC. Swamp Thing. This has got to be, this is certainly up there as one of my favorites of, just in general, series right now. Swamp Thing, issue number 6 just came out. Ram V is absolutely killing it. We got my man Perkins back on the artwork. I know they changed the artist in like issue 4 for like a second, and Perkins is back now. So I really enjoy his artwork specifically on Swamp Thing. And if you guys don't know, this particular Swamp Thing is this guy Levi. It's a different character than some of the other Swamp Things that have been in the past. So this is a fairly new one. If you guys never read Swamp Thing, I tell people all the time, even if you're not a Swamp Thing person, even if you know nothing about Swamp Thing, this is a series to get into. This is a series to give a shot because it is really that good. It is really that good. This particular issue, we get to see a little bit more background of Levi and his connection to his family through his memories as the green is starting to bring him back. Last issue we saw, the beginning of this issue, we kind of see this huge explosion as they're trying to hunt this guy Levi down. And when I say they're trying to hunt him down, who I mean by is Suicide Squad. We actually get a nice cameo appearance of the Suicide Squad. I don't know if that just was timely because of the movie, or they had this plan months ago, or what the deal is, but it was really cool to get some Suicide Squad team members in here as they are on a job to hunt down Swamp Thing. And they're supposed to bring him back alive. Of course, they say live or dead. Some of the Suicide Squad members are a little bit rough around the edges, and they're a little more cockier and are willing to just kill whatever they can. So there's this whole hunt. Basically a hunt for Swamp Thing in the forest. And, some of the new squad members, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. I don't know enough about the Suicide Squad. Like, I know the Peacemaker is the one that's kind of leading the way. I know Amanda Waller is the one that hired them. I know that, if they do anything wrong or they try to escape, that their head blows up. Like, all that stuff is kind of very similar to Suicide Squad, the movie. So that kind of still sticks. And so, but yeah, I really like that they were, made an appearance in here. And I just can't say enough about Swamp Thing. If you guys are not reading it, like I said, even if you're not a DC person, if you like horror type stuff, even if you just, the artwork alone is just gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning stuff, and well worth the read. I do recommend it. So they're about halfway through here with issue number 6. So add that to the list if you're not already reading it. I do recommend. Let's see. Want to go back in here real quick, and I saw a couple people. We got Flash by Night in the house. Station Flash. I hope that right now, I hope you are reading Nightwing 78. And if you have not read Nightwing 78 Flash, just kindly minimize or mute me and minimize your YouTube screen and go read Nightwing 78, my friend. Fable Station Fable. Good to see you, brother. All right, let's see. I got another one here for you guys. Let's bring in another guest.
Hi Justin, Sade here, also known as WhatPaigeIsIt on Instagram. Thank you for having me on your show to share my pick of the week this week. I am very, very, very obsessed with The Nice House on the Lake. It's by James Tynion IV. It is super creepy, apocalyptic-y. I don't even know where to begin, but basically it's a bunch of friends from college that knew the main character Walter get invited out to a very exclusive, luxurious house on the lake to spend, I think, like a weekend or a week there. And then within the end of the first issue, it completely flips the whole way you think the story's going to go. And then my favorite part about this entire series that's happening is that the main character Walter is based off James himself, so we get a little deep dive into his psyche, who he is as a person, and like the way he is.
That was awesome. Shout out to Sade, who was in the chat. What page is it? I just put her information in the description below. So Sade, thank you so much for taking some time to put that video together, and really do appreciate it. And I love the book that you're talking about, because that was, I'm all over it. The Nice House on the Lake, I've been on, I mean, right when it came out. I even got my girlfriend into reading this. She loves it. It's her favorite book right now. And certainly one of my top 5 for sure. James Tynion. Really cool facts, by the way, by Sade. So she mentioned that she talked to James Tynion, and he talked about that he is based on a character, or a character is based on his thoughts, and it's the main character Walter. So I won't get into too many crazy details other than kind of what Sade had mentioned. But yeah, it's basically about these people who were invited by their friend Walter to this house, this really nice house on the lake, and not really sure why they all came together, but they quickly find out that the world basically gets destroyed. Like, people die in the most gruesome ways. Like, this book is not for kids. And basically they're all questioning, like, why are they here? What is up with, why did, and you find out, like, Walter had chosen all of them for some reason. So now the question is, like, why did Walter choose me? Who is Walter? I thought I knew Walter my whole life. Like, some of these people knew Walter since they were in, high school or college. And so they're all questioning now, like, what the heck is going on? So, but they're all, like, safe, sort of. Well, we think they're safe at this house. And you find out something. You're starting to find out some things. You're starting to find out where they can and can't go. How are they expected to survive? All these different things. They have this beautiful house that they live in together, and there's, like, I don't know, 10 of them or however many. Anyways, I really recommend it. It is certainly one of my favorites. So definitely check that out, and make sure you check out What Page Is It, aka Sade. Put her information in the description below. So again, Sade, thank you so much for taking that time. There she is right there. So make sure you are subbed up and following her over on Instagram as well. Thank you so much, Sade. We got Real Route 6 in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. We also had Shattered Glass, who I think I missed. Shattered Glass Station, brother. Station, good to see you. Let's see. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Flashes, I'm cooking at the moment, but I'll get on it. This is what I do. I run around the comic book community and just harass people until they read Nightwing. Actually, Sade is another one I was talking to about that, telling her to check out Nightwing 78. It is certainly one of my favorites. I missed this before. Scott said if they're bringing the Suicide Squad, if they're bringing in the Suicide Squad, they should be in an issue where all of them trip the Swamp Thing's hallucinogenics tubers. Oh, yeah. So yeah. So I will say it's a perfect tie-in. I wanted to bring this next one up, and so I'm going to do that now. But we talk about Suicide Squad. And this was the main featured cover in my in my thumbnail, so I should talk a little bit about this, right? So Suicide Squad came out with a book as well. It's called Get Joker. Suicide Squad Get Joker. So it's a based on their Black Label, so you can see it right there, Black Label in the bottom corner. I'm a big fan of, like, a lot of things Joker related. I've just been diving into anything I see that has to do with the guy. So I had to check this out. The other big thing was the artist here is Maleev, and Maleev is one of my favorite artists, especially when it comes to Daredevil stuff. So definitely really enjoyed Maleev's work, and was excited to see that he's actually doing interior work here. So and the other thing I should note is that Azzarello is writing it. Brian Azzarello, who is the one that wrote, like, the Batman Damned and so many other great series. So I really enjoy his work. So I was excited for this. It's only 3 issues, so I think they were like 40 pages each. Does not say here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's like 40 some pages each. They were the magazine size books. So I really enjoyed it. The artwork was gorgeous. I mean, absolutely stunning artwork. And it has to do with Robin. It kind of gives a background to how, and I should note, it's Jason Todd. So it talks a little bit about Jason Todd and how a little bit of his history on how he ends up, like, who he was before, how he got to be Robin, and then how he becomes Red Hood and all this other stuff. Which some of this I didn't really know all the details to. Like, you get this gruesome picture of Joker standing over Robin. That's, like, pretty brutal. And that's only in the beginning. So, you just learn a little bit about this, and then he's in jail after being known as Red Hood and all this stuff. And basically, Amanda Waller, part of the leader collecting the team of Suicide Squad team, she thinks that he would be perfect to lead the way on all this. So she hires a bunch of or not hires. She collects a bunch of the Suicide Squad members, and they are basically off to try to stop Joker. It's a what do you call it? Like a condensed story, or it's a story that doesn't take place in anything else. It's just its own kind of world that it's in. At least to my knowledge, you do get a little bit of Harley in here though, which is awesome. And she has some really cool moments in here as well. But I am enjoying this, so I will continue with it. It's only 3 issues total. So if you guys have not checked it out and you like Maleev and you like Brian Azzarello, I do recommend it. Or even if you just like Jason Todd, I recommend it. So that's another book that I have here. Let me go back into the chat here. Sorry, just trying to catch up here a little bit. John Stout saying he really liked it too. Read it this morning. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Death in the Family. Okay, yeah. So I haven't read Death in the Family. I know that it's really good, or from what I heard. Sade, appreciate you. Take care. Talk to you soon. Let's see. I told you the mayor wasn't gonna have it. Yeah. Scott, I'm with you. Alex Maleev is awesome. His cover, his Daredevil stuff that he's put out is what I really fell in love with to begin with. So I'm all about it. Shattered Glass, yep, spot on. Right there with you. I don't know what you're talking about, Flash. I do not know what you're talking about. I have 2 more guests, by the way. So hang with me, folks. Hang with me. All right, let's get into the next. Let's get into the next guest here.
What up? It's Jason here, and my top read of the week was a book that actually got delayed until August 18th, I believe, but both Justin and I were fortunate enough to secure an early copy, and that is Passive Aggressive. It is a one-shot from Bad Idea, written by Matt Kint and illustrated by David Lapham. And the best way to describe the synopsis of this story is, what if Batman's identity and bank accounts got hacked and he ended up losing all of his money, and what he would do to the people who did this to him, trying to get back at them. It's basically just a real violent, adult take on what this character would do to get back at these people. It's a real good laugh. It's a real fun read. I really recommend you checking this out. And again, this was delayed by 2 weeks, so you guys should have some time to pick this up. So yeah.
Boom, right there. My man Jason knows all about it. Passive Aggressive. This was another one of the physical books that I bought. And for the same reason that I mentioned earlier with the lot, it is a Bad Idea book, which has no availability to download digitally, or at least not that I know of, or legally. But Passive Aggressive was a book I wanted to check out. I've heard rumors that this got pushed back. I don't know the details in that. I feel like I've seen some other people with the book as well, so I'm not entirely sure what the deal is, but I was able to get it in my LCS, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I think Jason's spot on with this. I will say there are some crazy little, one, there's 2 issues. There's a backup issue in here as well. And one of the backup issue, the artwork is from Klaus Janson, which I thought was really cool. And I think the I don't know if the writing is still from Matt Kint or not in the second story, but they're 2 completely different stories. And one little thing to note here is that there are pages missing in this book. I don't know if any of you here have read this, but there are pages actually missing in this book, and they say that it's on purpose. So there are 2 times where you open this up and there are blanks. And the blank pages, like at the bottom, it says like, yeah, we're sure you're probably wondering, like, what's why are these pages missing or whatever, like, you'll have to find out. So like, I'm like, oh, okay. So I keep reading, and like, you never find out. And then you get into the second book and they do the same thing, and I'm like, all right, so they're like, the plot thickens or something like that. So clearly Bad Idea is up to something. We're not entirely sure what. But anyways, I did enjoy it. This was definitely like over the top, in your face, like violence type of stuff. I think Jason described it really well with the idea of it being kind of like Batman in a way. With the Russians taking his money and him basically going back over and getting all of it. He's a little bit more cockier than Batman, a little more violent, I'd say. But definitely along those lines. So that is passive aggressive. From Bad Idea, Matt Kint doing some great work there. So definitely enjoy that as well. Great job, Jason. If you guys are not following Claiming Comics, I put his information in the description below as well. Sheena says she really liked it too. Good stuff. Big Herm says that his shop does not carry Bad Idea, but I ain't mad at it. Yeah, so that was, I know that's a downside, I know a lot of people, you're not alone there, Herminio. There are a lot of people who can't get these books, or at least not conveniently, and have to like get through other people or have people pick, I've picked up books before for others, things like that. So, but it is a pain. So, I would love if they make a digital version at some point. That would be great. Scott saying hello to Sove. Is Sove in the house? He is. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you, brother. Sove, another one who I was just hanging out with earlier this weekend over at Terrificon. Really great to see you. I also saw, man, I missed him before. It crossed my mind during one of the videos, and I missed him now. But I think Darth Timo was in the house. So sorry, Darth Timo, if I missed you, brother. But I also get to hang out with Darth, and that was a lot of fun as well. Yeah, Scott, agreed. It's a good team. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Eman, for that Joker book. Kind of like a what if in a way. Like, I don't know where it's going exactly. Joker's doing Joker things. But yeah, that's kind of like a what if, I would say. There's Nick. What's going on, Nick? I played your video earlier, brother. If you guys are not following Nick, make sure you sub up to him. I put his information in the description below. Let's see. Eric was saying definitely picking up the Jason Todd. I know you love Red Hood, man. Yep, that's your jam right there. Yeah, man. I mean, this guy like kills. Like, Batman doesn't like kill, or for the knowledge of what I know of Batman, I'm not a big Batman reader, but like, he's, he tries to do right. I from what I've read, this guy doesn't hold back. Like, this guy just like, I'm trying to think what it reminds me. It kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, what's the movie that's based on a comic book? It's in black and white. And there's a bunch of little stories. Wow. Yeah, that's so bad. I can't remember this older movie / comic book by Frank Miller. Anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about? Anyways, the main character in Sin City. Thank you, Nick. Sin City. It reminds me of that guy. Like brutally, like, trying to protect that little girl, like doing whatever he has to. Only in that book, he's trying to get his money back. It's not so much of a nice-hearted, taking care of someone who needs help kind of thing. It's just about money. Thank you all. Yes, Sin City. I could not think of it. Okay, there you go. Batman claims not to kill. So Moon Knight and I know better. There you go. Like Daredevil, Daredevil doesn't kill, he doesn't mean to kill. All right, a couple more books, and I have one other guest here. So sit tight. I got two more books I'm going to talk about. This one, where did I go? I gotta talk about this book. All right, so this might be, this is, man, it is so hard to say read of the week. It really is. So this is definitely like a 1A and 1B kind of deal. These last two books I'm going to talk about. But I'm talking about this book right here. Not All Robots. Have any of you read this before? Have you picked this up yet? That just came out. AWA Upshot. Mark Russell's doing the writing. Mike Deodato. One of the reasons I wanted to give a shout was Mike Deodato. Love his artwork. On top of that, AWA is doing some really great things. Of course, any indie number ones I want to give a shout to. And this book was just amazing. I loved this book. It's based, if you don't know, I'll give you the premise. Essentially, it's about the idea that robots and humans are now living side by side. They are equal in a sense. The robots do all the work and the labor and the humans do nothing. But in the same vein, like, it's almost like robots kind of have the control in a way. It's weird. So like basically every robot there's a robot placed in every family home. And so as you can see here, like there's a robot helping serve dinner and all this stuff. The robot doesn't feel appreciated though, and just feels like the family doesn't really care about him because he's just a robot. And like the dad in the family is like trying to show that like, hey, we care about you, buddy. Like you're part of this family. And the rest of the family is like, Dad, why do you talk to that thing like that? Like it's, it's just a robot, but the robot, like it like bothers the robot, like hurt, it's emotional. Meanwhile, there's a part that opens up this book where they are, there's a show, I think it's called it's called Talking Bots, right? Talking Bot. And it just shows kind of like a debate between a robot and a human going back and forth on like their stance on like basically like who takes care of who and who wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the other kind of thing. So it's like, robots talk about, oh, we do all the work, like we bust our butts, you guys don't have to do a thing. You are like humans are lazy, all these different things. Like, why should you even be in the position you're in? Meanwhile, humans are like, yeah, well, we made you to begin with. Like if we didn't invent you, you never would exist. So you're welcome, that kind of thing. So I love the bickering, the back and forth of this. There was also another scene that I wanted to talk about. So there's like two little things. So there's like one here, it's like the Mandroid company. Mandroids is like where this one android works at. It says I'm a marketer. I'm into marketing and advertising, and the advertisement billboard says, I can't believe it's not human. And it's showing like this little touch, like hand-to-hand thing. So this idea of like them creating these new robots that look human. But it's just, I thought that was funny. And then the other thing was these two robots here that were working together, and what they say to each other when they're leaving. One says, all right, see you later, Terminator. The other one says, in a while, rotary dial. I thought that was really just like clever little things. The writer really put a lot of thought into this world to really show both sides of emotion and really like how you would picture a life like this or a world like this. I think it was very accurate to what it would be in. So I really enjoyed it. I think this is going to be a book that I talk about for a long time. And I want to reread it again. That's how much I enjoyed it. So I recommend that book. Not what's it called? Not only robots, or not all robots. Excuse me. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. So all right, I have one more guest here, and then we'll wrap it up here because I know I'm going into extra innings. I appreciate everybody. Yeah. Oh, Paulie, there you go. Not all robots equal Paulie's pick of the week, man. Yeah, good stuff, Paulie. I got to get you on here. Got to get you get a clip of yours here. Phil saying it got sold out. That's crazy. Yeah, now I'm talking your language. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, agreed, Michael. I love his work. I follow him over on Instagram. He's doing like live streams all the time, doing sketches and stuff. It's really cool to see his work done like that. Flash says I ordered it by me. LCS have to get on the same ordering page. Man, come on, man. Come on, Flash. But yeah, really good stuff. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Sheena. Shout out to Sheena offering it up to Phil. Very nice of you. Yeah, the book definitely hit. It's good stuff for sure. I kind of wish it was one of my three, and like I'm very tempted to go back and buy that book because it's that like I love that book. The thing with the Bad Idea books, it makes me have to buy these books physically, and it's annoying because like I said, I'm trying to buy three and only three and not break that, and they don't make them digitally. Like I would have bought this digitally. I would have bought the Law issue number 2 digitally if I could have. So now they take up a spot in my physical books that I'm buying. Anyways, I got one more guest for you guys, and then we'll wrap it up here. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. Make sure you smash that like button as well. Let's see. Here we go. Last one. It's me again, Justin, the other Justin, and I am sitting in the seat that the other Justin is sitting in right now. Only it's happening earlier, future, variant type stuff. That's right. I have a book that I want to share. The Me You Love in the Dark. It took me 5 takes to say that the other night when I was filming. I nailed it. Read this book. It's good. Still not sure why I'm yelling. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand a couple things. I don't understand one, why does he yell? Why is he loud? He's constantly at one level, very loud. Two, how did he get here? He's sitting in this seat at a different, I don't know what you call it. Three, he comes on here. This is the second time. He comes on here and he says, read this book. It's awesome. Like, he's very vague, very like, read book, awesome. You know, like very. Anyways, yeah. So I agree. This book's awesome. This was an awesome book. I love this book so much. I saw Rod talking a little bit about it earlier. This is the Me You Love in the Dark, Scotty Young. I loved what I've read anyway so far. I've loved Middle West that he did, and that's also with George Corona, or Jorge Corona, who's also doing the artwork in here. And the more I like kind of started to get into that, the more I appreciated it, and now I really enjoy it. So I'm really happy that these two are teaming up again. Yeah, this is about a book, or it's about a girl who essentially was very successful with a lot of different art that she had done in the past, and has money now, and is looking to work on her next batch of artwork, like painting. And so she buys this house, who her friend recommended not to get this house because it seemed like it might have been haunted. But she said, no, this is the house for me. I want this house. So she gets this house. And this whole time, like in this book, I really like the bickering that she goes back and forth with the house, saying like, if you're so haunted, like, do something about it. Like, show yourself, you know, if there's a ghost in here, you know, show your real, you know, your real colors. Like, do you really even exist? You know, like talking down to it. Like, it's so silly kind of thing. And so, little by little, you start to see hints of course, this ghost that comes up. Kind of reminds me of like Casper in a way. But it's really cool how they show or introduce this ghost character. Another thing I want to talk about with the main character here, the girl, she is starting to struggle because this takes place over time. This is another one of those books where it like kind of jumps a couple weeks ahead again, where she is struggling with her creativity. And I just feel like that's also kind of like relatable in a sense where, like, if you are somebody who creates content or needs to be creative somehow, we all have those moments or those times where you have like a brain fart, or you can't think of some new good idea. I know for me, for sure, like when I'm putting together, you know, my Instagram reels, or just coming up with, you know, new YouTube show ideas and things like that, like it takes time. And sometimes, you know, you have like a brain freeze, and then you end up procrastinating and doing a bunch of other things that really have nothing to do with what you're trying to get done. And that's kind of what you see in here. So I have an appreciation for the character. I think that the opening for this character was really done really well. And I'm looking forward to more. I will say it read fast. It did feel like it was short in a sense. I'm hoping that, you know, this might be the case where it just might be better in trade overall. But I'm certainly on the ride, or I'm along for the ride here for the month-to-month issue that comes out. So really enjoyed this. My man Zen is in the house. What's going on, brother Station? Good to see you, man. We got Chef RD also hanging out. What's going on, Chef? Thanks for stopping in. Something Wong, what's going on, brother? Can't keep up with y'all anymore. Let's see. Oh, you picked up the 1 in 25. Very nice. Very nice. That is tempting. Dan Delator, what is going on, Dan? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Split, right? Psycho. Crazy. Yeah, Eric, dude, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, why, like, just talk normal voice. I don't understand why dudes gotta yell. Let's see. The preacher variant. There you go. Never seen you without the hat. Oh, come on, man. Every Wednesday, man. Every Wednesday on my stories, bro. Yeah, no, very rarely do I not have a hat on. But yeah, I mean, I always have a hat on. Whoever that other guy didn't have a hat on. If that's what you're saying. Get this bozo out of here. Just catching up on some of these comments. Appreciate all you guys chiming in here. Yeah, and the black and white. Yes, sir. All right. So appreciate you, man, stopping in. So anyways, that's the book right there. Like I said, between this one and Not All Robots, I think those are my top two. If you guys are not reading them, or if you have not picked them up, I do recommend it. You can get them on Comixology if you missed out on the physical copies. I feel like there were a lot of prints of this particular book. It shouldn't be too hard to get. I don't know about the other one, but yeah, Definitely enjoyed it. It's on the list for many more issues to come. Anyways, I've been streaming for too long. I didn't even eat dinner yet, so it's getting a little late here on the East Coast, 8 o'clock. This Saturday, I do have Comic Collector Origins is back. I took a week off because I was at Terrificon. So this week I will be talking with Comics Are Great, aka Anthony. So really excited for that. That'll be at 2 o'clock Eastern time this Saturday. Hope that you all can make it or at least catch the replay. I do appreciate either or. Also, I did just drop a video earlier today, 12:30 Eastern, my top 10 picks for New Comic Book Day. This is based on next week, August 11th, 2021. So if you guys missed that, and if you're curious about what I'm picking up next week or what sweet books are coming out in general, go check out that video as well. That's on my channel. I should drop the link in the description at some point. A shout out to everybody who had given me a video. Eman, Jason, Sade, thank you so much. Nick, thank you guys so much for sending these videos. It's a lot of fun doing this stuff. The variant Justin, the loud Justin, thank you for all this stuff, because it's a lot of fun just being able to show these clips and including the community members. If you're interested in doing a video clip, a 30-second, 60-second clip, let me know. Hit me up. We'll line something up to be able to put this on one of these shows coming up. But they're a lot of fun. So I do appreciate all of you in here. Man, we got 27 people hanging out. Appreciate everyone. And don't forget to sub everybody up. I put all their information in the description below. You can sub them up on YouTube. They're also on Instagram. Make sure you find them over there. Yeah. Oh, and Tag Team Thursday. I put Roz's information in the description. Tony, appreciate you, brother. I know John's taking a break now for a little while, and Brandon couldn't make it this week. So holding it down here, going the extra mile. We want more. Paulie, come on, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I can get him back here, man. We'll see. Yes, absolutely, man. Nick, thank you, man, so much. Appreciate everybody. Mayor Justin, thank you. Sheena, appreciate you. Like I said, Saturday, Comic Collector Origins. And if you guys just want to talk comics, just reach out to me. I'm always down to talk comics. Might kick off another Tuesday show at some point coming up here soon that has to do with talking about comics. So have a lot of different ideas in the works. So we'll see how that goes. If you're watching the replay right now, you watching the replay, thank you so much. Smash that like button. I appreciate you. And hit that button on the way out. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys